If 50,000 people in the stadium feel like it cannot be done, I would challenge myself to say it can be done. And I've seen it happen in number of times where my conviction in how I see the situation has been far more powerful than the doubts of thousands of people in the same place. And again, that has shown me the power of visualization. And as the question you asked before, in any situation, I believe I can do it, and things start following that way. But for me, there always have been two options for me. Either it's fight or flight, and I've never taken flight. I've never taken flight. For me, that's just not because look, I can take flight if I can't sleep peacefully at night. For me, it's not worth it. I might as well take the fight. If I fail, I know that I took the right option, and that gives me peace. For me, when I leave the field, as I just said, I need to be able to know that I've given everything I had, and I sleep like a baby. There is nothing else that can distract me then, because in my potential as a human being, God has blessed me with a healthy mind, healthy body, an opportunity which everyone wants. So I have to be honest to that. I have to live up to that. So for me, these things are just a process, just a part of the process, which is you keep moving forward. You keep taking the positive option. Whether you get success or not, that's irrelevant, but never take a backward step. You spend a lot of time in your room, in your own surroundings. So the surroundings have to make you feel relaxed and calm as well. I don't like things, just thrown around, and I like to keep things in place, in order. Similarly with my kit bag, with my stuff in the dressing room as well. I just can't see my stuff being thrown around. I like a bit of structure there because it makes me feel aligned. It makes me feel relaxed, calm. That again, that's part of my process as a human being. Am I being respectful to my surroundings as well? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do, or am I treating the dressing room like a garbage bin that I can throw everything around? No, that for me is unacceptable. I draw my own boundaries, and I make sure that within that I keep everything clean and nice. When I step onto the field, I have to believe that I'm the best, because my mindset, as I said, was very clear from the first time I started playing this game. I'm not going to allow anyone to think that I'm just a pushover on the field. It's not to disrespect anyone, but it's belief in my own abilities. That fine, you have the ball in hand, but if you get it wrong, you're getting hit for runs, and I'm going to stand here all day. If you get me out and you bowl a great spell, hats off to you. But the next time I'm going to be here again. So make sure that you bring your A game, and that's the mindset that I try and get into invariably. Because look, at this level, people are going to eat you up. If you show them any vulnerability or fears, they're going to eat you up. So for me, I just have to be as fearless as I can, and even if I get out, I want to get out on my terms. If I get out in confusion, it bothers me a lot, because I just don't like the feeling of not knowing what's going on. I might as well make a silly mistake and know this is what I need to correct. Everything else is fine. So I don't go out, as I said, I don't go out there anymore to prove anyone wrong, but I put myself in a position where I want to do special things. I want us to win special series. The only way to deal with social media is I can relate that example to that 2014 tour and what happened after. It does not matter at all what people have to say about stuff that you post, stuff that you do online. At the end of the day, you have to stay true to why you did what you did. Does that make you feel happy? Is that happening with pure involvement? Is that coming from an organic source? As long as that's the answer, you don't need to worry about what 5 people have to say about you in the comment section. Because I know for a fact people do get affected by this. People take it very, very seriously. And for me, that's just noise. At the end of the day, those are letters typed by someone in a comment section. Why should it bother anyone? Why give that much importance to a person you have no idea who that person is? Stay true to who you are. As an individual, realize your own potential and what you can do with your life. Utilize social media for the right reasons. Don't let it control you. Have control over it to an extent where you know exactly what you need to do with it. And me and Anushka both follow the same thing. She says the same thing. Don't let social media control you. You be in control of how much you want to look at it, what you want to do with it. If you've posted stuff, you don't need to bother about whether 1,000 people abuse you online, whatever they have to say about you. That's just noise for me. And that's always been the case for me as an individual. I've been booed by 40, 50,000 people regularly when I enter the stadium. If I start focusing on those 50,000, I can't play a ball. For me, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity for me to say, okay, fine, things are stacked up against me. let me test myself how good I am. So I think the same thing can be applied in that regard as well. I love joking around, I love making people laugh. And now I'd have zero regrets in life or in cricket. So 6 a.m. practice means I was there 5:45 every morning. I'd probably sit there, wait for the fog to clear out, and then start knocking balls before everyone arrived. That just became a norm for me. Even now, when I have the opportunity to go into the gym early or come to practice early, I would take it with both hands, and it's just become a habit for me now. And also, I think the more busy you get, especially when you have to do commercials and stuff, I like to reach on time and I like to leave on time. It should not filter either way. So I think it's just become a part of my life now. You can't experience what someone is going through until you actually live their lives for a bit. From the outside, from people's point of view, yes, they can look at my life and say, oh, he's got everything. But at the end of the day, what you really need is to be happy in your heart and enjoy what you do on a daily basis. And most of the times there is lack of time, there is restrictions on time, so you have to look to make time for yourself, and eventually then you have to prioritize what you want to do in life. So I think I'm in that phase now where moving forward I'll have to prioritize things that absolutely mean the world to me and things that don't, and start filtering stuff out, which is the next transitional phase for me. Do you think God has a plan for everyone? So I never doubt God's plan. It's only fair. At the end of the day, you realize when you so organically blend with people who accept you so quickly, that relationships are only based on mutual respect and understanding and unconditional love is what they call, and that's something that I've absolutely experienced with them. Playing at this level over a long period of time, you tend to go into a space where you become a bit insecure, you become fearful, you want to prove to people how good you are in different conditions. And to be honest, before that Australia tour, I was treating every foreign tour like more like an engineering exam that I have to pass somehow, and I have to show people that I can play at this level. But there I realized that once you're down and out, there was hardly anyone who came to help me. There was hardly anyone who was looking towards me and saying, listen, let's work together and try to get your game up to speed. Everyone was just going after me left, right and center. So I was like, am I playing to prove these people wrong? For what? I've got nothing to do with them, and they literally have nothing to contribute in my life. So I went back home. I was down for quite a bit. The great thing that happened at that stage was I realized who's with me, who's not. Things were filtered to an extent that I just got so relaxed when I went back home. I was like, okay, I've hit rock bottom now. No one believes in me. Everyone thinks I should not be playing test cricket. So what can I do? I can just work as hard as I can. Went into a bubble. I went to Bombay as well. I called Sachin Tendulkar. I asked for his help. I said, see, I want to get my game right. I want to understand what it's like to score runs at this level. My mindset was simple. I went back home. I told myself, listen, you can't play test cricket to show people that you can play in England and play in Australia and not get out. And if you don't score, it's no point. You play this game to make your team win. So my mindset was, I'm going to go to Australia, and how am I going to score runs against these guys? I wasn't going out there to survive. And from the time I got back home till the Australia tour, I promise you, I was visualizing every day when I was working out in the gym that I'm hitting Mitchell Johnson, I'm hitting these guys all over the park. And those things came to life eventually because I convinced myself to an extent. When I went there, I was absolutely fearless and things just started flowing. The beautiful thing about my journey from a young age group has been that I was part of an academy where no one was talking about that academy or that club. So for me, the only way up was, if someone's getting 100, I have to get 200. Otherwise, no one's going to notice me. And I had that fire inside me all the time. And that's exactly what I did to come up the ranks. I scored so many runs that people could not ignore me, because that was my only driving force. And that actually came from the example that my father set for me. There was a time in my life where there was an opportunity. I was selected for under 14 Delhi team, and then I was dropped at 1 a.m. because of some complications. And you know what happens in state levels. Someone was preferred over me because of some compensations that were done and stuff like that. So same was offered to my father as well, that if you can, maybe you can get into the team after 2 games. So my father straight away said, I'm not going to pay a single penny to make him play. If he can play on his talent, so be it. If not, it's not meant to be for him. So that stuck with me for life, and I've always relied on myself and what I can do as an individual first, and then I'll take help along the way. And people who have been willing and open to help me and understand who I really am have been the ones that have been closest to me. So this natural, when my back is against the wall, there's only one way for me, and that's forward. And I will do everything in my power to fight my way up again. I was eating anything that came in sight. I was finishing, candy packets, 40 pieces a packet. I would finish 3 packets a week. I was eating horribly, sleeping horribly. My habits were all over the place. And I finished IPL. I remember I went home, came out of the shower first day, and I saw myself in the mirror, and I was ashamed. It was literally, I saw myself and I thought, I'm looking at another human being, and I told myself, look, if you want to play cricket at the highest level, this is not the way that you can manage. And from next day onwards, I changed everything about my diet, the way I trained, everything, and from then on it was just an obsession. In life, I don't have to compete with anyone. I'm not in a space in everyday life where I have to be feisty or aggressive. But for me, one thing was always very clear. When I step onto the field, I'm going to give 120% every game that I play. And one thing for a fact that no one can count that against me. Till the time I play this game, I am going to play this way, and this is who I am. And if my mindset in the field is simple, I will not stand around wanting people to do something that I'm not able to do first. For me, every ball is an event. I'll throw myself around every ball of the whole test match. Whether it's the 90th over of the 5th day, I'll still throw myself around, because for me, every moment is an opportunity to make your team win. And that is exactly why you step onto the field. You have to make that time count. Our careers are so short anyway. Even if you play for 20 years, after that you can't play the game. So when you are on the field, you absolutely make most of it. And I let things flow. I don't necessarily look to put any restrictions or tabs or filters on me, because I feel like I have to be myself. I have to be my organic self. If you don't like it, that's fine. That's for you to judge, or you to decide. But is that going to make me change myself? Not at all.